The only long-term solution to the crisis and the only way to ensure the endurance of our nation as a sovereign country is for Congress to overcome open borders obstruction.
You don't need a border bill. We had the safest border in the history of our country. I didn't need a border bill. I went to Mexico.
It's amazing what election season does to a politician's principles on the exact same topic. Back in 2018, when Trump was in office, he declared that Congress was needed to address the situation at the border. But now that he told the Republican-led Congress to blindly reject a conservative-leaning border enforcement bill, we suddenly don't need one at all. And since he reveals his unpopular and self-serving plans in front of cameras on a daily basis, he's decided to accept it, knowing MAGA will be in favor of sabotaging what they've been demanding. And he knows their principles shift when he tells them to.
And I'll fight it all the way. I notice a lot of the senators are trying to say respectfully they're blaming it on me. I said, that's okay. Please blame it on me. Please.
Ironically, the blame might extend to Speaker Mike Johnson, who's always willing to do Trump's bidding to advance his agenda, even though he's been labeled Citizen Trump at this point. It's dead on arrival, without even a vote from his fellow Republicans in a legislative process that he's described as sometimes messy. But he and Fox's Jeanine Pirro don't want it to be that messy.
What we're doing now is broken. Let me finish my point. I only got 30 seconds here. It's not working. We get asylum reform in this, which we've always said we needed. We give the president more authority to shut down the border, be it this president or any other president. This bill gives the president more authority than President Trump ever had, and frankly, powers that he wished. My reading of the bill suggests. But here's the thing. I did. Put it on the floor for a vote. Mr. Johnson, Mr. Speaker?
No.
With all due respect to you, sir, if you're so confident it's dead on arrival, let your caucus and let the Democrats vote on it. Let people offer amendments to it, then send it back to the Senate, and let's get our border under control. It's broken. Unless we want more stories like we're dealing with in New York.
The fact that we already have the laws on the books and Joe Biden won't let the Border Patrol enforce the laws is reason enough to believe that even if we pass something, Joe Biden's agenda is to let them in.
This Republican Party has found a way to both argue for and against their own policy goals for the sake of a self-centered former president above the Border Patrol union that can't wait to implement some of the bill's elements. Democrats that disagree with some of the deals made don't even have to voice their opposition. Instead, people like Eric Swalwell can accurately highlight what's been a standard for the GOP-led House: chaos.
And all we've heard for years is noun, verb, border. So you get your border deal, led by the second most conservative in the Senate, and you're walking away from it. You're walking away from it because Trump says you can't have it. And this place, with you all in charge, is looking less and less like the House chamber and more like Trump's echo chamber. What we need right now are solutions, not chaos. And with you all in charge, you're a party of followers. And with President Biden's leadership, Democrats continue to show we're a party of leaders. And I yield back.
And if they can only stay awake through what would be President Biden's strong words, Republicans would realize that the plan to assist Trump's campaign has a good chance of also helping old Joe out instead.
Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.